Plaintiff Laura Humbert says the defendant is her nephew, and he is a very convincing person who uses family members to get what he wants. Laura suspects the defendant is on drugs because he stole pills from his parents, and she's suing him for a loan and court fees. Defendant Gary Henry says Laura often starts fights within their family, and she's taken advantage of him several times. Gary's countersuing because he claims Laura threatened and harassed him.
Start with you.
Your Honor, Gary's my nephew, and he is a very witty and charming young man at times, and very convincing of getting his things that are important to him, which seems to be a vehicle that is impressive to people, that he gets a good deal on. I've seen him do this at different times in his life. He has used different family members in obtaining things. A younger brother that he made a deal with to get money for a vehicle that he repaid him in tires. He's pawned things in his past, something that he took from my home that I found in pawn in his name when he was at my home doing some work.
He stole from you, out of your home?
Yes, sir. And I found it in pawn. Mm-hmm. I recommended him to a friend for some work to be done with other relatives that he stole stuff from her home.
Okay.
And
why do you think he's doing all this? He a dope fiend?
I think he has a drug problem,
Your
sir.
Honor, I never stole anything from that place. That was my uncle who did that, and it was never accused.
How about from her?
From her?
Yeah.
Actually, I thought they were mine. I did not know that they were.
You thought what was that? What, her earrings? What is it you thought were her?
Actually, they were binoculars, and there was a couple of set around. I had a
How
set
did yours
she
get
did
over
too,
there?
Because I lived there.
Go ahead.
I don't recall him living at my home.
Okay. What type of drugs do you think he's on, ma'am?
I'm not sure, but he's stolen prescription drugs from his own parents, and he has drug charges against him. He has a bench warrant out, I think, now because he hasn't paid his dues.
Sir, you had drug charges?
No, I have not.
Never?
Maybe when I was younger, like 15, 16.
Okay. Last 5 years?
No, sir.
That true?
Public record shows that he has drug troubles going on within the last year.
Okay.
And he has been driving without a driver's license for 3 years.
We don't need to know that. We're talking about why he's stealing from family. That's usually indicative of a drug problem.
Those
or just straight up low down. So I don't believe he's that low down. He might have a drug problem. And I wanted to get some indications, and perhaps I can get him to address the drug problem if you can prove to me that he has one. All right? So that's what I was trying to get to. But doesn't sound like you're quite proving it to me. He sounds like he's a little slicker than you. Never stole anything. Binoculars, I thought they were mine. I was living there.
Those drug charges were actually proved to be somebody else with the same name as me.
When?
Just a different...
When did the drug charges occur?
Actually, it was in February, I believe, is what they said.
In February, there were drug charges against you, but it was really somebody else.
It was somebody else, yes, sir.
He's a dope fiend. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am. What else?
Just as the pawns were not in his...
The pawns were in his name. Pawn slips, right.
And I understand you have
pawn slips were in someone else's name, too, sir.
Yes, they were, actually.
All right, good.
No,
Ma'am, I'm good.
I have a pawn slip with his name on it for the binoculars.
It's somebody with the same name, ma'am. I'm good. We all right. You can show me anyway, though. We need a little laugh here. Say the drug warrant is somebody else, same name. Go ahead. You give me some background on yourself.
Well, Your Honor, she is my aunt, and I do love her, and I do care for her. But there's been several times that I have been taken advantage by her. I have done jobs for her and have not actually received full compensation for it, me and the uncles that I worked with. I was let go before the end of the job, and they had received bonuses, and I never did receive that. Did just the work, the same amount of work as they did.
When's the last time this happened?
It's been a few years ago.
Okay.
Quite a few years. I did live with her. Me and my uncle did live with her, and that's when the binocular things took place. There's also been, I mean, she has always had problems with other family members. She has caused problems with them quite often.
Did they mistakenly take her things?
No.
Oh.
No, actually, this person that I'm thinking of actually never did anything to her. She had basically devastated this girl and told her that her dad that she had known for 12 to 15 years wasn't her dad. So
she gossips, she's messy.
Right. And it
keeps stuff
happens.
Going in the family.
Yes, sir. Happens quite a bit.
Okay, ma'am. He says you gossip and you're messy and you keep stuff going in the family.
I don't recall that situation.
Oh,
that he's speaking
of. He don't recall, you don't recall. Go ahead, ma'am. What's your loan?
I'm the oldest of 8 siblings, and I've always been, we lost our father pretty early, and I became like the second mom. And I've drove a city bus for 34 years, so I didn't come by anything easily. And I think I've handled my money a little bit better than some, and they've always came to me when they needed things.
Tell me about this loan.
This loan, Gary preyed on me at a very vulnerable time. I just lost my companion. I was having problems with my son and with my home. They're building a bridge in front of my home. Gary called me and started telling me that he had found this vehicle that he wanted to buy, that it was a good buy. They had held it for him some time, and he had money coming back from taxes that he
Income
was going to get more than enough to pay for the car, and it was being...
So you loaned him the money when?
I loaned him money on February the 11th of 2013.
February 13, he was to pay when?
Within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I had him to show
end
me...
of February, all right. And he has not. Sir?
I feel that I don't owe her the money because of...
Did you borrow it? Let's start there.
Yes, I did.
All right. So, did you pay it?
No, I did not.
All right. So that usually means you owe.
Yeah.
But maybe you have a different definition. Go ahead. What's your definition of owing?
Well, the reason I didn't give it back to her at that time was I did receive my taxes back, and I was also in the process of going through a divorce with my wife. And it come to find out that a lot of the money that I received from my taxes, when it got deposited into my bank, had been depleted from all the negative charges that my wife had made in our account. So therefore, I did not have the money to give back to her. And she has made quite a bit of verbal threats to me regarding the situation.
That's your harassment?
Yes.
All right. So you admit to not having paid because your wife ripped you off?
Yes.
All right. Sir, your harassment counterclaim is for what exactly?
Well, she has threatened me. She has called. She has threatened to send her son out to shoot me. Mm-hmm. She has threatened to...
Did you call the police?
No, I did not.
Why?
Because I have grown up with her son.
Okay, so you didn't think he was going to shoot you?
Right.
All right, good enough.
But it was
so you didn't
threatened.
take the threat seriously?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
So
I
why
did
didn't
take
you call
the threat from her
I thought you
serious.
said the reason you didn't because you had grown up with her son, and I said you didn't take it seriously.
It was who she had said that she would send. She seemed pretty upset. She told me that he was upset about the situation, and then later down the road, I talked to him.
Why didn't you call the police when you thought someone was serious about killing you?
Well, honestly, I really didn't.
Kill you.
Didn't really know what to do.
Huh?
I didn't really.
You didn't know what
to
to do when a person threatens to kill you. All right, in the future, call the police when someone threatens to kill you. Your claim was dismissed. I do not believe anything you say. Judgment for the plaintiff, $3,017.
I think that the truth came out, and I hated that he would lie and say that I was going to send my son out to shoot him.
The threats that I said happened really did happen, so they wasn't lies.